The next topic is developing a project management plan, specifically quality, it looks like. Again, there are, goodness, half a dozen ECO line items. You will be seeing this on the exam. What is quality? You have the definition here, and you always want to meet the quality. You don't want to exceed it, but you want to meet it. Quality focuses on the performance level of the deliverable and the processes. Quality requirements may be reflected in the organization's or project's quality policy, and project completion criteria could be defined in there, or even a statement of work, or it could be in the requirements documentation. We have to meet the quality requirements. The quality management plan tells us how we will meet the quality requirements. If you look at your 10 by 5 by 49 on the back of your book, look at quality, you'll see that these are the three processes associated with quality. First of all, plan quality management. Of course, that's a planning process, and we plan how the quality will be met, and we develop instructions on how to do the other processes. In the quality management plan, we have several items that are important, such as our quality policy. Every project should have a quality policy. Your organization may have a quality policy, and your plan may mimic that, or it may be abbreviated. But at any rate, every project should have a quality policy. It should also, in addition to the quality policy, we should also have a continuous improvement plan. As a project manager, in particular, you are always concerned and want to have continuous improvement. You have a continuous improvement plan as a part of that quality management plan. It specifies what standards need to be met for the product, what standards or regulations apply to the work. That's plan quality management. When we manage quality, we are talking about the processes. The processes. It has nothing to do with the deliverable. We know that if we improve the processes, we will improve the deliverable, but that's not the point of this managed quality. This is where you would implement the continuous improvement plan and manage quality. This is where you will audit the processes to see if the process is functioning correctly or the way intended. This is where you would audit the processes to make sure the processes are being followed. The managed quality is all about the process, auditing and evaluating. Then we have what's called control quality. Control quality is all about the deliverable. As a primary input into control quality, we have the deliverable or deliverables. We ensure the deliverable and the project meet the quality requirements, the quality standards. Remember, I said on the output side of control quality, we have a verified deliverable. The term verified deliverable says that we meet the quality standards. Remember that verified deliverable is an input then into validate scope. In validate scope, we make sure that the scope is present. All scope is present. All scope has been delivered. A point-by-point inspection of the deliverable to make sure scope is complete. That deliverable is accepted by the customer in validate scope, and the output of the validate scope process would be the accepted deliverable. All right. Cost of quality, COQ. Cost of quality is a methodology that is used to find the right balance for a business investment. It considers all costs incurred over the life of a product by the investment in preventing nonconformance to requirements, appraisal of the product or service for conformance to requirements, and failure to meet requirements. Think about costs associated with maintaining the quality of a product or anything else. Things like repair costs, maintenance costs, liabilities perhaps. And there's a whole range of possible costs that you could consider. Many of the costs associated with quality are borne by the sponsoring organization, and they are reflected in the policies, procedures, and processes that are used. As an example, the organization should have a quality policy to govern the work performed and procedures that prescribe work processes. Associated costs are borne by the organization. Projects also should have a quality policy. We've talked about those two items, which may or may not be similar to the organization's quality policy. A project manager should balance the quality needs of the processes and the products with the cost associated with those needs. Cost of quality. All costs, by definition, incurred over the life of the product by investment in preventing nonconformance to requirements, and so forth. COQ, methodology used to find the appropriate balance for investing in quality prevention and appraisal to avoid defects or product failures. There are four categories of costs that are associated with quality. Prevention costs. Those are the costs that the team incurs to keep defects and failures out of a product. We want to prevent them from occurring. We know from experience, prevention is always better than appraisal. Avoid quality problems. This could be related to the design of the item, the implementation and maintenance of the quality management system. They are planned and incurred before operation. We know what we're going to be doing to prevent these costs. Be built into the processes, any number of ways, the design, any number of ways that this could take place. Prevention cost. Then we have appraisal. Appraisal costs are incurred to determine how well you're conforming to quality, how well you're meeting the requirements. We may be measuring and monitoring activities related to quality. We may have quality checkpoints. We may have specific tests we do, and so forth. These costs may be associated with evaluating even purchased materials, processes, products, and services. Make sure they're conforming to specifications. It might include verification, quality audits, and supplier ratings. We used to rate our suppliers based on the quality they were sending to us. We used to be rated based on the quality that we sent to our customer. Then internal failures are costs associated with finding and correcting defects before the customer receives the product. These costs are incurred when work results fail to reach design quality standards. Examples would include waste, scrap, rework, things of that nature. Then we have external failure costs. That would be costs associated after the product has gone to the customer. That could include things like warranty work or defects that were found at the customer that have to be replaced. They occur whenever this type of a problem happens on product that's been delivered. That could mean you do some repairs on them at the customer location and whatever. I used to have the job of being a customer quality expert, I guess you'd call it. And our customers would run into problems processing our printed circuit boards. It was my job to go to the customer and to evaluate what was going on, see if it was our problem, we were causing it, or if maybe their processes were causing it, evaluate it, make recommendations, to both our facility and to the customer's facility, initiate returns and repairs, and all these things fell into my category, mainly to keep the customer happy. That was our goal. That was my objective: keep the customer happy and to do what we needed to do to make sure that any issues or problems were resolved. Well, as I told you Monday, we had tons of people that were inspecting product, and product was still going out defective. If we can increase the prevention cost slightly, and it more than offsets the appraisal cost or the internal failure or external failures, if it more than offsets those, then that would be a good thing to do. That would be a good thing to do. We improve prevention or increase prevention costs to decrease other failure types of costs. The quality management plan. Quality management plan is often an extension of the organization's quality management plan. Your organization may have one, it may not, especially with regards to testing and rollout implementation activities. This component of the project management plan guides you and helps you to make sure you are achieving the quality standards that this project requires. You can see there's a definition there for you to remember. A component of the project or program management plan that describes how applicable policies, procedures, and guidelines will be implemented to achieve the quality objectives. How am I going to meet the quality requirements for this product? That's what it addresses. You can see here, we looked at this earlier. We specified in this what the requirements are for quality. We identified what the metrics or the specifications are and how we're going to measure that. We have assigned quality roles and responsibilities. For example, I have a quality department that will be doing the checking and so forth. And then also quality management approach, how we're going to approach it. Here's our process improvement plan, how we're going to control quality, and then how to do the other processes, for example, and then our quality policy. This is the quality management plan, and it controls the quality of the product that we will be shipping.